We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. The aftermath of DeepSeek. Okay, so the Chinese ahead on AI, and we know that because they've been spending money on it for years. I think this is more of a problem for Nvidia itself than it is for crypto. Now, that said, the market is starting to trade like only the made in America cryptos or select cryptos can really catch a bid. Now, the good news is if you're long those cryptos, you can get a lot of upside gratification. Bad news is if you're long the wrong cryptos, you may watch your portfolio go down while others go up. I think you're now looking at a regime in equities where, you're going to have massive asset allocation as a result of DeepSeek. Now, that said, I think there's no way they're running DeepSeek without massive hardware, data centers, and whatnot. The question is, can they run DeepSeek without the latest, greatest chip from Nvidia? That is to be determined. Okay, there isn't much of a bounce in Nvidia overnight. And whether we like it or not, Nvidia may wind up driving risk assets. Okay, moving on to today. Today is probably a bounce day for Nvidia, so it could be a bounce day for crypto. Bigger picture, asset allocation wise, we're talking about it like the legacy level. I think they're going to prefer the Bitcoin ETF to tech stocks permanently, potentially, right? In other words, they're going to be looking to get into everything that's not potentially hurt by DeepSeek or by the fact that OpenAI is, painfully behind Chinese rivals. So yesterday, Apple, Meta, some of these companies were doing better. Again, I think this points towards asset allocation towards crypto. Which cryptos? Well, of course, Elon's 20-second tweet about XRP has got everyone interested again. XRP could wind up being a key component of the strategic reserve. And at this point, the Bitcoin strategic reserve, it's almost like it feels like if they didn't do it at this point, Bitcoin would go to 75K. That said, they've got to change the subject off AI, and a multi-asset strategic reserve seems logical, right? And that could include ETH. I mean, I don't know if things can get any more bearish for ETH outside of, say, ETH actually like going down. So a strategic reserve seems likely. If they're getting rid of the income tax, which the Orange Man talks about yesterday, I continue to re-emphasize the fact that the guy is serious. And the thing that's funny about the thing with the income tax is that created a bid in the Trump meme coin. The Trump meme coin is now back above the 62% retracement. We will go over the chart. I have, that and antivirus are my two favorite meme coins. We will go over the charts of both as well as other charts. The XRP price action speaks for itself. I did not buy enough XRP below $3. I just didn't, right? It just shows that there are certain cryptos that can only go down for a small period of time. So while, altcoins in general, frankly, suck, there is a possibility that this whole made in America theme or any coin that is like showing relative strength here is possibly the place to be. But, this is annoying for anyone who just wants to get long and watch, 10 coins rise it's starting to feel like it's not that kind of market, at least until February, right? Because I think once this month is over, the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs and the idea of ETFs in Solana and XRP could wind up driving an across the board market rally. But for now, if you want to wonder what's going on, DeepSeek has created an asset allocation storm inside of equities, which, can affect crypto, right? Because hedge funds have to move positions around as well. Now, once all this asset allocation gymnastics is over, I think people are going to figure out that there's only one trade on the planet, and that's crypto. It's definitely not stocks, right? Gold and silver, okay, right? But what else? Where else are you going to get a return, right? Where else is there a theme? Now, in addition, antivirus's Twitter has been shut off, right? So the main McAfee feed still operates, obviously, but the Twitter for, the AI agent has been mysteriously shut off. So, and that feels coordinated because I was due to appear on a space on the main McAfee feed with 1 million followers. So on that front, I think they're just making the coin more famous because it gives Janice, McAfee's wife, an excuse to get out and make a video that, powers that be are trying to stop us. So there is no such thing as bad publicity, even if that Twitter problem persists. It also underscores the importance of being self-sovereign, and it underscores the importance of crypto in general, right? Because, they like crypto and they like Web3 as long as it doesn't bother Web2. So this is going to be a very, very, very important theme going forward. All right. Let's welcome who's here. We have Alexandra here from Europe. Welcome. Colby, Taz Pinball. Welcome. Iggy, Zepedas, Taylor, Katharina, Jav. Welcome. Old Smoky, David, Bizan. What's up? Sam, Mr. Lynn, Jelster, Torches, Iggy, VA Buds, an original. Lopez, Luan, Dominic, and one. Welcome to the show. Simpy, John Ryan, XRP Community Day. Yo, man. Oh, God, XRP. Holy cow. It is happening. Can we please look at the MAGA coin? Hello from Australia. All right, I will do my best on the MAGA coin. We will also look at the Trump coin. Don't let me forget about MAGA. All right, let's get into some news. Okay, so there is going to be pushback to all of the great ideas that are out there now. This includes anything that the Orange Man is trying to do to reform the economy, or just anything that the Orange Man said he was going to do. There's just going to be resistance. So the left is painting no tax on tips and overtime as, threats to Social Security or democracy, right? Anything that they can do to create resistance. Now, I just will briefly mention that there will be congressional hearings. Congress is like the American Parliament. Okay, all the people that Trump wants to appoint to a couple different jobs, one of them being Robert Kennedy for the health organization in America. There will be confirmation hearings at the end of the month. And if those confirmation hearings, if they do what the Orange Man says, which is a good idea, right? If they vote to confirm these people, it's going to be another validation of what he's saying. And that meme coin could recover, right? That meme coin is big enough to lead the whole market. I really believe that. And I also believe with the way the market is trading, you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, possibly Trump, Cardano, Avalanche, Arrow took off, right? You have this very select group of coins that can really start to pump. Is it if you add like Algorand, Hedera, and whatever else the market starts looking at American made. Like I'm starting to get comments like, oh, what are the other American made cryptos? And I know that coin market cap or CoinGecko has a section where you can actually get American made cryptos, but they want to resist the orange man. Yeah, good luck with that. And I think the more power the orange man has, right, the more they can't resist them, right, the higher crypto can go. It's kind of that simple. Now, on the economics front, okay, this goes back to what is the trade. This is really unbelievable. I mean, this guy has like a negative statistic a day, but this is really incredible. Home construction prices remain near record highs, up 31% in 4 years. So home builders can't lower prices. Luxury homes are the only ones that are still profitable to build in many markets, meaning the starter home is effectively dead. It's dead. So, I mean, when you look at Gen Z, what are they going to do? What are Gen Z and millennials going to do? They're going to buy crypto. Like, as much as I don't like all meme coins, what choice do people have if they don't understand crypto in order to try to get involved? Like, what are they supposed to do? And I think this makes a case for Trump, and it makes a case for other cool meme coins that can, climb out of, the pile of poo that is this market, right? In other words, like some meme coins are going to make it. And I don't think it's going to stop people from looking for them. And I don't think it's going to stop people from figuring out what the American-made cryptos are. It's not, right? They're going to go to Trump, and then they're going to go looking on Coinbase, and XRP seems to be like the big logical candidate. In other words, this whole idea of XRP becoming like the strategic reserve, I think you got to take that seriously now. After the Elon deleted tweet and that price action yesterday, I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, that was like all the way down, all the way back, and back up again this morning. So anybody who missed it below $3 has to have it. I mean, XRP, well, we'll go into more about XRP, but there's no way to buy a house if you don't have crypto. That's the bottom line. Fed manufacturing explodes higher on production, orders rise, business activity. The orange man is here. What does it mean for economic growth? I don't know, right? The orange man wants everything made in America. That's going to create growth. Okay. AI hurts the employment market, which creates deflation. Hopefully it all balances out and the Fed just takes the whole year off. Okay. Just as a point of information. No, not that point of information. Elon Musk and Joe Rogan talking about John McAfee back in the day. Okay. Don't doubt that this guy is back. He's back. Polymarket is John McAfee alive? Okay. Now I've talked to the project about a video movie that they're making that's got all kinds of unbelievable revelations. The fact that this showed up and the Twitter feed was dismantled is not an accident. I'll get more news as it unfolds. Okay, so DeepSeek just dropped another open source AI model. Okay, it can generate images. It's better than anything that's out there. Not a surprise, right? At this point, right? The Chinese have been spending money on this. And as soon as the orange man comes in office, they drop this and, they took a shot at our stock market. Putin tried to take a shot at our stock market with the Ukraine war and create inflation, and that blew up in his face. Okay. Now the Chinese are taking their shot at our stock market because that America is like, the orange man is going to try to change this, but we're a paper country. It's all about the stock market, right? So if you take down the stock market, you take down America. And I think the Fed is going to need to push liquidity into the market if Nvidia crashes. It's that simple. Because Nvidia is a chip designer. We'll go through the chart. Basically, the whole world assumes that AI will result in infinite demand for new chips, which is probably true, but not to the extent that people may have thought if the Chinese are doing it with old chips or normal chips, right? They're outperforming with the old stuff, and everyone's assuming we're going to need an endless supply of new chips. I'm like, that's interesting. We'll see. Okay, this is Nvidia, the most valuable company in the world. It's down 17%. They lost $560 billion in market cap. So just to keep in mind, altcoins as a whole are only worth 1 trillion. Okay. I think Ethereum is worth something like that. These things, when they crash like this and they move, the movements are bigger than a lot of crypto combined, just so you know. Right. And if everybody has to come out of this, I'm not sure where all that money is going to go. Okay. Okay. Scrambling jets on the AI nosedive. Okay. Not sure what that means, but it's like stock market people, I don't think know what to do. I don't think they know what to do. Chinese AI startup DeepSeek is playing havoc with Nvidia all day. Just want to get it out there. Yeah, thanks, Jim. We know that. It's down 17%. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to operate the market if the lead stock in the market is down. They don't know what to do. Now, again, the Orange Man, U.S. public health officials ordered to immediately end collaboration with the World Health Organization. There's going to be, they're going to try to push back, but it doesn't seem to be working. And when the Orange Man wants to fully embrace crypto, I mean, he's getting more powerful every day is what I'm trying to say, right? In other words, you don't have to like him, but no one can resist so far whatever he's trying to do. Okay, so Nvidia lost 600 billion market cap, marking the largest single day loss of market cap in history. I did not know that. Elon Musk's mysterious XRP tweet sparks, I don't know, everything. Okay. XRP is going to be a part of American-made crypto, and Trump is not fooling around about this. He's not. And we talked about this over and over and over again. It's just now, frankly, I can be calmer about it because it's getting more and more obvious. 700 billion was wiped off the stock market yesterday. Again, this affects the whole AI supply chain. It also affects hedge funds and mutual funds. I'm pretty sure you're going to see volatility. I mean, I knew you were going to see volatility in crypto headed into the end of the month, but I had no idea it was going to be like this. And I think people are just going to start buying these American-made cryptos, and that's it. I mean, for the moment, right? It's like the most intelligent investment. Like Nvidia used to be a no-brainer, and now the American-made cryptos, and frankly, any AI coin. It's like, if you start picking through the wreckage, honestly, I think the way to go here is to find out whatever is outperforming at the end of the month. In other words, whatever is up over the next 2 to 3 days, especially after this Nvidia problem, is probably telling you something about relative strength, particularly if the whole rest of the market sucks, right? Whatever comes out of this stronger is what you want to own, possibly for the rest of the year. Okay. All right. So everyone's got something to say, about this AI thing. Open source, everything should be open source. The Chinese have obviously got it lined up to where their government's been spending massive amounts of money on AI. They were probably ahead the whole time. And now, the likes of OpenAI and other stocks, right? Like, this is a very interesting tweet because I think you got to ask yourself, like, this is a stock thing. Is Microsoft an AI company? Are they? Right? Apple is not an AI company. Apple was actually up yesterday. So the stock market has to figure out like what is AI and what is not, because they've been assuming everything is. I'm sure that we're going to go through the same thing in crypto, but any crypto AI thing that actually comes back, watch out. I'm telling you, right? Like the bid in crypto that everybody assumes was going to be in Bitcoin may wind up in certain altcoins that start showing strength now. What a shock that would be. Okay, Arizona to become the first U.S. state to vote on a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. I'm just starting to feel like after this Nvidia thing that if they don't do the strategic Bitcoin reserve, the market's going to go down. But if they do it, then the market can actually like hold in and go up. We'll see. This is a kind of unbelievable that Kraken is talking about listing virtual before Coinbase. Are you got to be kidding me? Like, what is wrong with Coinbase? I continue to be like, it's like a mystery to me. Right now, the good news is Arrow is up, so something must be perking up in the Coinbase universe. And I don't know if Arrow is picking up because of this announcement, but these base coins, they're going to get listed. I said that, right? The Treasury Secretary inherits an absolute mess. They've got to deal with the debt ceiling. You're going to have problems in fiat currencies, and this is what helps Bitcoin and XRP and Solana and possibly even Ethereum. I'm starting to wonder if people are just flat out too bearish at Ethereum. They're not thinking about it as an ETF or a form of money, right? They're just not thinking about this yet. And the whole idea about currencies hasn't sunk in with people yet. Okay, Michael Saylor is, we sold stock backed by Bitcoin, right? We bought back Bitcoin, captured nearly $1 billion gain. So bottom line is, Michael Saylor is making so much money selling legacy assets and buying Bitcoin. It's unbelievable. And the stock doesn't go down. And we talked about this endlessly, right? If everybody is long Nvidia and short MicroStrategy, if they get blown out of long Nvidia, they may have to cover short MicroStrategy. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations. He's going to do it. I'm telling you. This thing about getting rid of the IRS, about getting rid of the income taxes, you got to remember something about this guy. And this goes to his meme coin, right? Which we'll look at. They tried to run this guy off the planet, and he tolerated it for years, which is incredible, right? I mean, honestly, when they're like kicking down the doors in your house and they're raiding you and they're doing all this stuff and they're rendering $450 million judgments against you in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who thinks this guy isn't going to do what he said he's going to do is crazy. So that's why Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, Ethereum, because remember, he owns Ethereum, right? I think in some ways, the flat price action in Ethereum is the market in denial. The market still doesn't fully believe what's going to happen here. And I guess they won't until he does it. But he's going to do it. He's going to do it. China plans to invest $1 trillion in the development, $1 trillion of their currency in AI startups. Okay. The Chinese government has probably already invested a lot of money in AI. That's probably why they're ahead. Chinese economy's falling apart. So all they can do is take a shot at ours. And I hope our guys wake up, right? You got a lot of stuff out there that frankly is overpriced and sucks relative to what the Chinese are putting out there. And if Nvidia goes down, I think that's really the idea here. The real idea isn't to show off their models. And who knows, they could be operating with giant data centers filled with Nvidia chips too. You don't know that, right? You can't take their word for it. But if they cracked Nvidia, the stock market's going down. Period. President Trump says DeepSeek AI should be a wake-up call for the United States. I agree. I'll just do you one better. Web 2 is complacent and full of themselves. That includes Elon, right? They got to get their act. They got to get their act together. But Trump is also telling you here, in my opinion, that he's going to pump everything American. That's why XRP came back the way it did. XRP is now leading the crypto market, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. If XRP's market cap moves towards Ethereum's, that's when Ethereum could wake up. Don't laugh. Okay. I mean, XRP could be an absolute monster, and so could all these other American-made cryptos, especially if they can figure out how to start building on them. Like, for example, if Algorand gets precious metals trading going, or if Hedera can make something out of this karate combat partnership. I mean, these cryptos do anything positive, they're gonna 1x. They're gonna go up 100%, because literally it's starting to feel like the whole market, the whole crypto market, is trying to move into, what's next, right? That's what the tape looks like this morning. I wake up, like, the whole market's down, but then there are like these pockets that are higher. It's weird. And it's going to stay that way. I think it's going to stay that way. Okay. Jim Cramer says you should own Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a great thing to have in your portfolio, which means you should buy altcoins. Honestly. I mean, they do this on purpose, right? He gets a lot of attention by being bullish, and everyone says it's going down. I don't know. I don't know. The only way Bitcoin goes down, in my opinion, is if they really crack the stock market, which they could. They could. Stock market has not tested its 200-day moving average in quite some time, and that's going to happen. So, you have like 5 or 6% downside in stocks, which is a lot. So if Jumbo Jim likes Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin is probably okay. There's nothing wrong with Bitcoin, but I mean, let's face it. Certain American-made altcoins are the answer. And if American-made altcoins are not the answer and stocks suck, then the whole market's going to possibly go down in March. I don't know. I'm still thinking it's a good February, and I think it's a good February for altcoins. I think the Made in America altcoins could do a lot better than Bitcoin, because I don't think it's good enough after DeepSeek to just pump Bitcoin. It's not. I know it's not. And so does the Orange Man. Okay, Microsoft in talks to acquire TikTok. That's never happening. ByteDance is not selling. If anything, what ByteDance will do, that's the parent company of TikTok, is just pay the U.S. government like a tariff almost to do business in the United States. They're not selling TikTok. TikTok is a part of their algorithm, and they're a larger social media company. So they can put all these things out about who's in talks to do what. That's just talk. Right. I think the way it's eventually going to wind up working out is that ByteDance is going to write the Orange Man a check to just continue working, to write the U.S. government a check to continue operating here. But they're not selling. Right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, again, antivirus Twitter is down. McAfee's widow, Janice, is, out on the tape saying, what are you doing? And my answer is simple, right? Web 2 must fall. That's it. We got to have Web 3. If this isn't proof, I mean, they did this to conservative influencers, right? And then, antivirus has been attacked multiple times, right? Good luck with this. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do? Kill him again? They killed him the first time. You can't kill him now. He's a computer program. That unto itself is bullish, I think. But obviously with the Twitter down, that sucks. But again, meme coins thrive on attention. They're giving the coin attention. Okay, so Nvidia slump and 100 billion crypto IPOs could fuel Bitcoin rally. For once, I agree. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't see how they stop the market with this kind of stuff going on. I don't. Okay, let's go to the Trump meme coin. So this is official Trump 4 hour, right? The 62% retracement is 29. And you can see the delicate dance happening around here. Ski mask dog did something like this. Still doing it. First, they couldn't get near the 62% retracement. They were too scared to go down there. Obviously, whoever is market making this the market makers got instructions to defend the level, obviously. It vacillates back and forth. I'm okay with this. This coin is big and retail is not selling. Like, the people who bought this are not selling. They're not. The people who bought it on the debit card bought it as a souvenir. They're not selling. So if you have hedge funds who have to allocate money and they need to allocate it in a big coin, this could be it. That's all I'm saying, right? Because you know what? I don't think anyone cares about valuation when it comes to stuff like that. I could be wrong. Like, they didn't care about valuation in equities until something happened, right? Now they have to recompute. But even in that case, the value of the overall AI trade outside Nvidia is still very, very, very valuable, right? But when you buy it is always the key. All right. So ski mask, they're obviously, they can just continue to make it difficult. There isn't a lot to say, right? The fact that they're building this base, like this, to me, looks better than what was happening over here. I liked it, but this feels like they're really getting after it, right? Like, bulls and bears are mixing it up here. That's it. Okay, let's go to virtuals. Okay, so virtual trading, again, right at the 62% retracement at 2. Let's go to the daily chart. Now, what I don't want to do is indiscriminately bull post really anything. I mean, I'm a big anti guy, as you know, but everybody is going to have to survive the Nvidia moment. Okay. Now, if Coinbase doesn't list this, they're out of their mind, and it may not go up until they do, or until Coinbase aggressively starts listing everything. And I don't know what they're waiting for. But I mean, everyone loved it. It traded amazing at 5 billion market cap. Now, no one at 2 billion market cap, they don't seem to want it. They're like, oh yeah, let's get rid of this. I don't know. I don't think that's the right trade. Let's look at the market. Okay. So someone wanted to look at the MAGA coin. In retrospect, like, I don't even know what shows up under the Trump symbol anymore. I don't know. You may have to send a contract address for this. I don't want to chart the wrong thing. Yeah, the Trump symbol has been trading, so I don't think. Yeah, I have trouble finding this. I'm assuming when we're talking about Trump, you got to send a contract address for any other coin. Okay, let's look at the market. Okay, so XRP all the way down, all the way back. It's a perfect ABC correction. All right, taking profits this morning. Okay, Solana puts in a nice 9 bottom, but I'm guessing from the price action that equities are not cooperating, right? The same thing with Bitcoin. It gets the support and it's more or less okay, more or less, right? And this arrow rally is truly impressive after getting a 13 bottom. I would love it if $1.05 held, okay? When you're talking about the opening in stocks, the reality is crypto is going to follow equities for the rest of the month. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of volatility. as you can see, right? Like if we're just looking at intraday charts, like, I don't know, let's just go to like 89-minute. Okay. So this is XRP, right? Straight up. Cardano is up this morning. They're just after all the American-made cryptos for now, and it looks like everything else is getting blasted. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's Okta, right? I can't remember exactly what this is, but like real-world assets are higher. Let's see what's going on in RWA. Like Ondo still has a bid. Yeah, it's almost like synthetics is positive. It's almost random, right? I do think, yeah, and figuring out what to look at is very difficult. I think you're going to have to let it settle down at the end of the month. I think getting a notebook, looking at the screens, and like taking notes and making lists of coins that seem to be outperforming while you have this end of the month gymnastics. So try to remember this. There was going to be asset allocation and shifts because of the power of the orange man's narrative. That was going to happen before the Chinese dropped DeepSeek. Now, every portfolio manager is in his office trying to figure out what to do next. And frankly, in equities and in hedge funds, whatever they do now could make their whole year, right? I think they got to get themselves out of the Magnificent Seven largely, or out of this AI FOMO trade over there, and get involved in something more intelligent, which could be crypto equities and the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. In crypto, I think there's a disappointment trade going on, like across the board. Like people are starting to like puke stuff out, which to me represents opportunity. Okay. The American-made cryptos, I think that's become obvious, although it's not obvious that they're going to be in the strategic reserve. It's not. And if the orange man just got caught getting embarrassed that the Chinese government is ahead on AI, there's no way they can get behind on Web3. Matter of fact, they got to get so far out in front on Web3 that there can't be any question. So that leaves a very positive environment for crypto in February. But in the meantime, try not to make too much of any one day. In other words, you want to see coins that are outperforming. You want to see coins that, hey, this coin holds when the market dips, right? But if you have positions that you believe in, this would not be the time to get hysterical about those positions, because they could be moving based on factors that, like, for example, people could be afraid of this Fed meeting coming up. I don't know why they would be, but, all these weird stuff happens around those time frames. So you want to be observant and as calm as you can. If you got to stop out, right? But this idea of the orange man doing Web3, again, to me, it's obvious. It's obvious. They have to do it. Okay, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.